Hello everybody, very welcome to this video. This is the video of the energy of the month of March 2022. I give you my images of this moment on this planet and an interpretation of them to inspire you, to give you maybe a mirror of things that you are feeling yourselves. And maybe some ideas. What can I do? How can I, um, well, open up myself, come in my power, and so on and so on. How can I view the things that happen? Well, it's just for inspiration and see if it resonates. If it does, well, that's better. I would like that. Let me know, give it a like. The energy of this moment is a bit grim. It's not as joyful and happy as February showed itself in the beginning. So the end of February is already getting a bit darker. And of course, many dark things happened in February, like in Canada and in Ukraine. And we don't know what exactly happened. And maybe we have things to do in our close environment, because what I see happening, we're in the Aquarius time, and in the Aquarius time, and the era of Aquarius, things are more energetical than practical. And I see water, like water flowing. But energetical water. So what are the words for it is that we are sliding slowly into some chaos. That's what I see. There is some chaos ahead. The order of things, the order of society, the order of our everyday lives will be disturbed. And well, if you are aware of that, it doesn't have to frighten you at all. The picture I get is a large wooden sailboat with people on it, with you on it. And the people on the boat are the ones that can give it direction. So the boat is getting into the water, people are on board, and when it hits the water, it floats. It doesn't sink. Well, that's step one. It floats. Oh, we're very happy it floats. We are not sinking right away. Always kind of tension about that. But then it floats, but it's the current in the water and the wind that will bring it somewhere. Do we want to let the current and the wind bring us somewhere and maybe throw us on the rocks somewhere? Or do we want to give it direction? Of course, it's better to steer the boat yourselves. And how do you do that? To make it move. And when you just let it go, you cannot steer it. You have to make it move. So let's all together on the boat row. Start rowing. And on the old boats, they put slaves in the boat. And a drummer would give the rhythm of rowing. So when you all row at the same time in the same direction, something happens. Otherwise, nothing happens. So the question is, are you ready, prepared to start rowing? And therefore, to do that, you need to be on. You need to be flowing within yourself. What I described in the last video of February, the color in you needs to flow, and you need to be prepared to take hands of other people and let energy flow from you to them. Do it together. And be, well, do not reject the others, because then the flow stops. So the color in us, our creation power, needs to flow between us, inside us, to be able to row. And rowing is stopping putting energy in the process together. The both maybe stands for your community, the people around you, maybe very practical, the people you live amongst. When there's chaos, when there's an energetical flood, well, you survive together by working together, by helping each other, doing something, and doing it on the beat of the drum, so in a make structure, in a structural way. And so what's the biggest enemy of this process of surviving in a chaos, thriving in a chaos? The enemy is passivity, being alone, isolated, standing still, freezing the energy inside of you. That's the enemy. Then nothing can happen, and maybe it's all for your own growth. It's a challenge. What's the next step in your consciousness grow process, whatever? Well, it's opening up your abilities even when things are a little bit scary. And right now the time is to connect and work together. In the past we were choosing and all alone doing a process, going to the other side, from the old world to the new world in our own little boat, and now we are doing it together on a very big sailing ship. So now it's time to connect, do things together. And what do I see on a practical level when I talk about a little chaos? I see money. Maybe I should say currency, but I see there's something happening with money, with banks. And that feels, for me, it feels close. So when I say money and I see pictures, I see one bank looking like a vault. And in the vault, the vaults are used to store valuable materials. And the material that's the basis for our currencies is gold. So I see gold in the vault, but not anymore. I see a lot of movement, like this has taken place already. Trucks loading the gold from the vault and from the other vaults, from the other banks on the world, and bringing it somewhere else, like storing it in a big cave under the surface of the planet. Something like that. Where it's stored is not so important. The fact that the vault is empty seems to be important. Because the empty vault is capsizing. So I see one bank. The metaphor is a vault for the bank, which is empty, no gold in it. And it's capsizing, it's tilting. Slowly tilting and then falling against another bank. And it starts tilting also, slowly. And then it falls against another bank. And then the process quickens. And like the domino effect, like a lot of dominoes, suddenly banks start falling one after the other, quick, all over the world, also here where we are, where you are. And suddenly there's no banks anymore, no access to your currency. Whoa, that will make chaos, because our society is based on transactions with currency. So you go to the supermarket and you give your card and you can buy things. When suddenly you cannot give your card and buy things by that means, there has to be invented another way to do it. Because all the things are still there. The food is still there, the warmth is still there, the water is still there, everything is still there, but maybe the way we used to exchange these things changes suddenly when the banks are closed. So we need to find a new way, and that will take some time. And so maybe temporarily, only temporarily, there might be some chaos. And chaos can frighten you because you're a human and you're not designed for chaos. That's very natural. Um, but maybe when you're prepared, you're aware that it might happen, you don't have to be scared at all. No, it's temporary, and no, you have all the abilities to overcome this and to deal with this situation. And sometimes I see the Netherlands as a pivotal point here, because the Dutch people are very open to other cultures and other ideas, and very inventive in inventing systems that have to do with dealing, trade. We're tradesmen here in Holland. So when there's something with trade going wrong, the Dutch will find a way very easily. So maybe we can teach others, help others here. I don't know. It's just passing by right now. What can we do? What do we need to do this? Well, make sure that when you're on the boat, that you're on, that you're ready, that you're streaming, that your energy is flowing inside you and flowing between you and others. And that means that your creation power is on. You will need it in the future, and maybe you're challenged to open it. Maybe the whole situation is one big challenge for you to start flowing your creation power in a bigger way than you used to. Yeah, that seems to be important now. So, what can you do? Be aware of the fact that you have creation power, that you need to be in touch with your belly, with your inner child, to let it flow. That it's not in the control, in the doing, in the power, in the willpower, and that's another piece of you. That's the piece that you need also, but you mostly need your creation power, which is in the belly. So contact your inner child, let your inner child be there, and don't let it be afraid in the dark alone. Be with it. Ask your inner child for wisdom. How can I do this? Your child knows. And find maybe knowledge. Knowledge always helps. It makes you feel more comfortable and more at ease and more quiet. Not so much anxiety. And people that give you knowledge on YouTube are, for instance, Chris Martenson, Peak Prosperity. He's talking about resilience. How can you be resilient in these flexible times? He's a very down-to-earth guy, a scientist, a doctor, and he's just describing the things that he notices by the hand of scientific papers and scientific information, and he brings it in a very understandable language. Very reassuring and very helpful. Oh, it's just a suggestion. Another suggestion is look at YouTube pictures from Mike Maloney, who's an economist, and he has always predicted what is about to happen with the money and the currency. And his solution is make sure you have some gold and silver. But watch his videos about that. I'm not going to talk about that. But he says those are the valuable assets, and currencies are actually not holding any value. And they're temporary things, inventions. And his view on what's happening on the planet may help you. It's also very down to earth, very practical, not spiritual or anything like that. So maybe for practical information it helps you. Just 2 suggestions. Find people around you to share your color with, so that your power can keep streaming, your color can keep filling up the field, filling up others, helping helping all of us, each other, to be creative, be positive, be proactive, and get through the situation. yeah, and other things is realize that things are only temporary, and I myself feel 100% confidence and faith in this whole situation on the planet is turning out in a good way. There's no way that there's a dark force who's winning right now. There's no way the dark force is winning. There is a challenge to turn on your light and keep it on, and bring your color in the field. That's true. But we are going to win. I'm 100% sure of that. That's why my messages are positive most of the times. Only right now I give a little warning. Be prepared for a little chaos, and maybe make sure that you have some cash money, some food, some water, so you don't have to be yeah, running after that when it's too late or something. Okay, well, I hope this video was helpful for you. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever, and I see you in the next video.